I'm going to go through a feature that we've got in Sabre, which I think is quite an important feature. I'm going to first of all explain the reason for this feature. It's called the annualization of tax for SARS, and I'll explain the reason why we've got this in place. Firstly, just to explain that when a person earns a weekly salary, using this tax table that I'm showing you here as my example, you can see it's a SARS tax table. And I've got this highlighted because this is part of my explanation and demonstration to you. But let's say a person could earn 3,000 Rand one week and he could earn 4,600 Rand the next week because of overtime or because of short time or whatever it may be. Now, what happens is on the week where he's earning 3,000 Rand, he would get charged tax of 242 Rand. Okay. Now, on a week where he's earning, say, 4,600, he would get taxed 536 Rand. However, if you average the weeks out, the average might be 3,300 Rand, which means that every week he should have paid an average of 284 Rand. Now, the problem comes that if a person works through the year, it could get to a point where they either owe SARS money or SARS owes them money. And generally, it's where SARS owes the employee money. But the problem is that people that are earning on these sort of salaries don't go and claim back their tax from SARS. So what we do is we work out an average tax based on the weekly tax table because people are earning weekly, and SARS says that we must pay according to these tax tables. So it's not a percentage or a fixed percentage that we work on, because that could change every year. We work according to the tax tables. So I just want to explain to you and show you how this works. Firstly, to enable the setting, you go to the payroll settings for a particular employee and you enable annualized tax. And with that ticked, the program and the payroll will calculate the annualized tax. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to show you the finished calculations. So I'm going here to where it says calculate annualized tax. Like I said, it happens during during the calculations of the payroll. But I'm just going to view this particular employee, and I'm going to take you down to week number 28, which is this one over here. And then I'm going to explain to you the different headings and what this all stands for and how it's calculated. So on this particular week, this employee has earned 3,705 Rand 89, and his pay as you earn according to the tax table should be 352 Rand. Okay. However, his accumulated earnings for the year is 100,122 Rand, which means his average earnings per week is 3,575 Rand 81. Okay, so based on 3,575 Rand, his tax per week on average should be 329 Rand per week for 28 weeks. And if you take that amount and you multiply it by 28, you'll get the value of his total tax, which should be 9,212 Rand. However, working on the same principles on the week prior to that, his total tax was 8,775 Rand. So if his total tax due on week 28 to SARS is 9,212 Rand, it means that if you minus what he's paid in total from the week prior to that, which is 8,775, he owes the receiver 437 Rand. Now, with that said, and to show you on the actual tax table, you'll see that I'm looking at the moment on this value over here, which is his average tax, to prove that it should be 329 Rand per week. And if you have a look here, you'll see that it falls under here between 3,574 and 3,594, that his average tax per week should be 329 Rand. So if you take that 329 Rand, like I say, and multiply it by the 28 weeks, which is what we're on, his total tax he needs to pay is the 9,212 Rand. So if you look at the next week, the 29th week, he only earned 2,900 Rand instead of 3,700 Rand. So obviously his tax is going to come down. But based on the tax table, and based on his average earnings, is 3,553 Rand, which means that his tax that he needs to pay is 325 Rand based on his average. And if you take the 325 Rand, multiplied by 29, you'll end up with this total as his total that he's due to pay SARS for that financial year. But now you take that amount minus the previous month, which is 9212, which I explained where that came from. Instead of paying 325 Rand this week, he only pays 213 Rand. So what happens is week by week, we're basically calculating the total tax due and the total tax that he should either recover back from SARS or pay SARS. So that at the end of the year, he owes SARS nothing and SARS owes him nothing. Simple as that.